my balls keep telling me to let me just let me
Chris Poole was kind enough to allow me to interview him over his recent drama with his brother. It's kind of taken the internet by storm. I've actually known about this for months. So if this is some kind of joke, not only is Reactor in on it, Quartering's in on it. It's not somebody I get along with. And Tim Poole himself would be in on it. So I want to make this 100% clear that this is not any kind of goof. What are you owed by your brother?
I believe I'm owed 33% because that's what I own of the business that we started.
And what business is that?
Subverse LLC.
Subverse LLC. Now, was that business you were in ever incorporated officially?
I started Subverse as a sole proprietorship. I never incorporated until I brought Tim and Emily in. And once there were more people involved, we needed to make an LLC.
What you're accused of is not doing anything for the company. That's why they were able to do it. Is that true? Did you do nothing?
No, absolutely not true. One of the problems was that Tim had convinced me that because Reactor was such a dark comedy brand, that if he became the frontman for Subverse, then he didn't want me soiling or connecting Reactor to something he was connected to. And
I got you.
I rolled with that. I was like, yeah, you're right, man. I don't want to do anything to hurt you. I don't want to connect you to, the shit I've done on my Reactor channel, which is pretty crazy, Now
you said all three of you incorporated it, and at some point they, with the owner of Minds, incorporated something called Subverse, something completely different, but you were left out of it. Is that correct?
Yes. Okay. So we're operating with an LLC, and then June 5th of 2019, they formed Subverse as an S Corp in Connecticut. They went to a different state.
Okay.
And now the LLC had this YouTube channel, the website, the Twitter account, all the stuff that we had been working on.
Okay.
But now somehow this new corporation owned all that.
Is it possible that you have no standing in court because they did it behind your back? I mean, is there anything you can do about this?
It's my understanding. I'm not a lawyer, but I've talked to attorneys. You can't just have a business partner and legally remove them by making a new corporation and moving all the property over.
There are messages out there, this being probably one of the most important, where you seem to, on June 20th, 2019, you actually kind of give up on Subverse. This was mentioned in Jeremy's video not an hour ago, and this is what you write. You can have Subverse.net if you still want it. I'm not paying any more or having anything to do with it. I got mad because you yelled at me in public, but I was actually mad that you didn't include me, and I knew the domain was useless. It was only getting 30 views a day or less. I felt like I was just pretending to be useful. If you still want it, let me know, but I'm not going to pay for this stuff anymore. And then he says, Bill and Emily wanted, past tense, your help, and you can just tell me when I need to pay you. Now, the first question here is, he's offering to pay you.
Well, no. The first question is, this picture clearly shows that I'm paying business expenses for the new business that I'm no longer an owner for.
Okay. And you're saying you're not. Then explain, why does he want to pay you? I guess he's going to pay you for the other domain, correct?
I actually don't remember.
Okay. Because that's what it looks like to me. It looks like you're paying for the. It looks like you're paying for the old domain, and you're like, "Fuck this! I'm not going to pay it anymore." If you're not going to include me with the company, which would make sense.
Because Subverse LLC used Subverse.net email accounts.
Okay.
And when they made a new corporation without me being an owner, Subverse Incorporated was using the exact same emails because, in my opinion, it's the same company. How do you use the same everything? And I was still, and I had to pay like $100 a month for the company to have email accounts with G Suite. And I believe what he was saying here is because on June 5th, I was no longer an owner, he would reimburse me for the email G Suite payments I had made.
All I had was the domain, and they were talking about moving the articles to Minds. He responds, I'm sorry for getting mad and yelling. I didn't mean to be a dick. Bill and Emily want you to run the written stuff, Minds or Subverse. So it sounds like they want you to be a part of the project at this point. Do you have any comment on that? They still want you to be a part of this project.
The problem here is they're using this to prove that I gave up my rights to the business. But what this really is they, behind my back, made a new corporation without me to remove me as the owner, And then I find out and they say, but we still want you to be an employee. We still want you to do the work for us. And me saying,
but it doesn't make sense, because if they're saying you never did shit, why do they still want you to work?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They want me to continue to do the work
that does
look
a little strange. But at the same time, if you didn't know the nuance, if you didn't realize that there was two different suburbs, and the second one was incorporated without you, you might come to this like, fuck it, I give up. That's how you might come to this. But that's your story. Tim, but I tell you something. I talked to your brother today, just to be fair. He's saying this is evidence of you throwing it up. Now, I'm not making a judgment one way or another, but it does look like that in the service. I think it can go either way.
And I've understood that from the start, that he thinks that it's a new company.
Okay. This is a brand new company. You're saying it's a brand new company.
Yeah, this is a brand new company, and we can include you, so you don't own it.
Quartering did point something out that I found it interesting, that you posted yesterday, that this isn't about the money. Yet it does seem to be about the money. Do you want to answer that? Because I found that a little peculiar myself. I mean, you're saying, to me, I don't think it's even unfair to say this is about money, because I did this work, and if I hadn't manipulated Reddit, if I haven't done these things, I'm owed a part of this second suburb that I was cut out of.
I mean, I've never cared about money. I really haven't. I guess could say I'm smart enough to be comfortable, whether I'm working my ass off or not doing anything. I just don't care about money. I just want to be happy. And Tim's more money driven than I am. So that's why I didn't really care. I do not care about the money. The problem I have is I am part of this business, and they broke laws to remove my ownership. And I feel like I lost a brother.
Gotcha.
To be honest, I'm kind of over it now. Like, Tim's not my brother anymore, but it's pretty bad.
You've started another subverse, and I have to ask you, in this situation, is this really a good idea? This is a subverse that you've made. It looks exactly like. I didn't
actually just make it. This is
You just started posting videos to it 2 days ago.
Yeah, when I created the subverse channel, I had multiple YouTube channels. The one that Tim is now using was the main one.
Is it really a good idea to play these kind of sort of childish games?
I mean, it's not really a childish game. I'm a 33% owner of Subverse. If Tim wants to sue me for infringing on his copyright, he's free to do that.
I don't think that's it. Apparently, you still have the original Subverse Facebook site, and you still maintain control of that. And you're leading people from that Facebook site, and that's the older one, to this and sending traffic over here. And it just looks like to me, and me explain this to me, I understand you own the old Subverse number 1. We're going to call it Subverse number 1 and Subverse number 2 so people don't understand. Subverse number 1 was incorporated with Chris, Tim, and Emily. And then in June of 2019, Tim, Emily, and the owner of Minds.com, which is somewhat like Twitter, incorporated the same name and took all the assets and moved them over there without Tim as a co-owner. So
without Chris as a co-owner.
That was Chris, excuse me.
I don't know. I just wanted to make Subverse videos. I wanted to make videos. Okay. And I still own 33% of the business, and there's nothing really.
All right.
I didn't do anything. I didn't make any videos that were like
no. I actually watched them. They look like legitimate news videos. It wasn't like you're making fun of your brother or doing something petty. Your brother is claiming that you're not only extorting him, but you're extorting an unnamed company that he couldn't go into, and he said there was legal reasons that he couldn't go into it. No. Is that true? Are you committing extortion?
I'm absolutely not extorting Minds.com, and I don't care about Minds.com. The only connection is that the Bill Ottman, who is a founder of Minds.com, is the one who replaced me as an owner of Subverse when they made a new corporation.
Have you written threatening letters to this unnamed company?
Minds.com. I've always been polite, saying, hey, can we talk about this maybe? Getting my equity so that I can completely disconnect myself from Subverse. Mm-hmm. And Bill had emailed me from a Minds email account. So when I went to email Bill, it was his Minds email account instead of the Bill at Subverse.net. I emailed Bill at Minds.com, and I suppose that's why they're saying I involved.
Did you threaten him? Did you threaten him?
No, absolutely never threatened anyone.
Did you tell somebody you were going to end them or end their company?
What?
I'm just asking. I don't. I told you. I would
Absolutely not.
Look, I'm telling you this because this is what I've been told. That's pretty much.
No, I absolutely never threatened anyone. I've been as polite as possible, asking if we can like resolve this, and yeah, absolutely never threatened anyone. I'm smart enough to know that if I'm trying to take someone to court, threatening them isn't going to help my case.
No, that's how you feel. Now he has a different story. If Tim wants to come on, or I also said Tim could refute anything he said. I would be happy to do that in another episode. But he's more than welcome to. The offer's open, and he's more than welcome to correct me or anything that may have happened here. I'd be happy to put it out. Okay, I need to get your GoFundMe, and you need to get it to me and send it to me on Discord. And just between you and me, you need to learn how to operate Discord better. Okay? You tell me a good mic. You sound like you're talking through one of those cans when I was a kid.
I sent you the picture on Discord also.
Okay, there's the GoFundMe right there.
So the main thing I want to say is,
I'll put that. I'll also put that in the. I'll make sure that's in the what you call it as well.
Yeah, I just want to reiterate, make it clear that I understand that Tim thinks me giving up the fight after he had already cut me out of the business. Like, yes, I did give up. I did refuse to do work for them. But I never agreed for them to cut me out before that. That was me saying, whatever, man, like, I'm not going to fight you.